Hello everybody, hope all of you are well. Today our topic is polyhalogen derivatives of alkanes. First we will discuss the preparation of chloroform. Here mainly we will discuss the two things, one is chloroform and another is iodoform, that is in your syllabus. So how to prepare chloroform? Chloroform is prepared in the laboratory by the action of bleaching powder on ethyl alcohol or acetone. In case of acetone, the yield is better, but we have to know both this method. Here I will show you the reactions, how it is forming. So first one from ethyl alcohol. So our topic is chloroform. Preparation from ethanol. First, bleaching powder will react with water. CaOCl2 will react with water. We know that it will form calcium hydroxide and chlorine gas. Now this chlorine gas will react with water, forming twice HCl and nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen will react with the ethyl alcohol CH3 CH2OH and forming acetaldehyde plus H2. Now that chlorine will react with this acetaldehyde CH3 CHO plus triCl2, that will produce chloral CCl3CHO plus triHCl. Now by this hydrolysis of chloral we will get chloroform. So here we have to take calcium hydroxide plus CCl3CHO that will produce, here it will form one chloroform and this one also form one chloroform. So it will form two chloroform plus calcium formate. So in this way, by using bleaching powder on ethyl alcohol, we can produce chloroform. Next we will discuss preparation of chloroform from acetone. Next, preparation of chloroform from acetone. Here also we have to take bleaching powder first, that will react with water, forming calcium hydroxide plus chlorine. That chlorine will react with acetone CH3COCH3 plus triCl2, forming CCl3 COCH3 plus triHCl. In this way we are getting that trichloroacetone. By the hydrolysis of trichloroacetone we will get the chloroform. So next is CaOH whole twice calcium hydroxide, that will react with CCl3 COCH3, next CCl3 COCH3, so from here we will get chloroform. So twice CHCl3 plus calcium acetate this way we can prepare chloroform. Pure chloroform is obtained by distilling the chloral hydrate with NaOH. So if we distill the chloral hydrate, that means CCl3CHO, CCl3CHO dot H2O by NaOH, from here you will get the pure chloroform. Pure chloroform. Okay. So these are the reactions of the preparation of chloroform. Next we will discuss the physical properties. Chloroform is a colorless liquid having boiling point 334 Kelvin. Its smell is very sweet and it is sparingly soluble in water, and it is heavier than water, that means its density is higher than water, but it will dissolve in organic solvent. Next we will discuss the chemical properties of chloroform. Next we will discuss chemical properties. First we will discuss hydrolysis. If we take chloroform plus NaOH, if we heat with sodium hydroxide solution, then there will be formation of this type of compound that is very much unstable, because three OH groups are in the same carbon atom. So definitely there will be elimination of one water and it will form formic acid. Then again it will react, as the medium is alkaline, so again it will react with sodium hydroxide and forming sodium formate. Next we will discuss the reduction reaction. For reduction reaction we generally use zinc and hydrochloric acid, and solvent we will use ethanol. So first reaction we can write that CHCl3, and it is producing zinc, and HCl is producing nascent hydrogen in presence of ethanol. That will give you CH2Cl2 plus HCl. So this is dichloromethane. Next, if we use 4H, same condition, then we will get CH3Cl plus twice HCl. Next, if we use only zinc water in neutral medium, then it will produce methane. Methane plus thrice HCl. So in this way we can reduce the chloroform to dichloromethane, methyl chloride and methane. Next we will discuss the chlorination reaction. Chlorination. If we take chloroform and if we give chlorine in presence of diffuse sunlight, definitely there will be formation of carbon tetrachloride plus HCl. Next we will discuss the nitration reaction. Chloroform can be nitrated by using concentrated nitric acid. We are taking CHCl3 plus HNO3 concentrated. Then it will form CCl3NO2 plus H2, and this compound name is chloropicrin, and it is an insecticide. And name of the compound is chloropicrin. Next, reaction with acetone. Reaction with acetone. Here chloroform reacts with acetone and condensed, and there is addition product. We will get and the compound name is chloretone, CHLORETONE, and it is an hypnotic drug. We are using it as hypnotic drug. Next we will discuss the reaction of chloroform with silver dust, CaCl3 and silver dust reaction. If we take chloroform in presence of silver dust, we apply heat, then there will be formation of acetylene plus 6AgCl. Next we will discuss Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Chloroform will react with potassium hydroxide and phenol. So phenol plus chloroform plus potassium hydroxide, then at 60 degree centigrade it will form salicylaldehyde. This compound name is salicylaldehyde. And the name of this reaction is called Reimer-Tiemann reaction. And this reaction pass through dichlorocarbon mechanism, that we will discuss later. Next we will discuss the carbylamine reaction. Carbylamine reaction. This is one test for primary amine also. So here chloroform is heated with primary amine. Here we are taking methylamine in presence of alcoholic KOH or ethanolic KOH. Then if we apply heat, then we will get a compound that is CH3NC, methyl isocyanate. This methyl isocyanate has a very bad smell, or we can tell that obnoxious smell. And from this reaction we can easily identify the presence of primary amine as well as chloroform. This reaction is called carbylamine reaction. Generally this type of reaction is not done in laboratory because of its bad smell. That is untolerable. Next we will discuss oxidation reaction. If we keep chloroform bottle long time, then because of the oxygen present in air will react in presence of sunlight and it will form phosgene, that is COCl2, that is very much poisonous. To prevent this, we have to add some ethanol to this bottle, and generally we have to store chloroform type of compound in dark or brown bottle so that sunlight cannot pass through it. So what is the reaction? CaCl3, so this is oxidation reaction. CaCl3 is reacting with oxygen, air oxygen, and forming CoCl2. This is very much poisonous and this is called phosgene and will produce HCl. And to prevent this, we have to use ethyl alcohol. So if this CoCl2 is reacting with 2-ETOH, then formation of this type of ester, diethyl carbonate. There will be formation of diethyl carbonate, and that will trap the or convert the phosgene into a new compound, and in this way we can prevent the poisonous effect of phosgene. Now we will discuss the use of chloroform. Chloroform is used as solvent for fat, rubber, wax, resins, and it can be used as laboratory reagent in medicine. And we know that chloroform is anesthetic, and if we take chloroform for a long time, we will become unconscious. And this chloroform can also be used as a preservative for biological specimen. Next we will discuss the iodoform. Iodoform formula is CHI3. Is iodoform. Iodoform also can be prepared from ethanol as well as acetone by using sodium hydroxide and iodine solution. So we will write the reaction step by step from preparation. First, preparation of iodoform from ethanol. First, that NaOH will react with iodine, and that will form NaOI plus NaI plus H2. That NaOI again react with ethyl alcohol. That will convert ethyl alcohol to acetaldehyde plus NaI plus H2. In next step, that CH3CHO will react with thrice NaOI and forming Ci3CHO plus thrice NaOH. Then Ci3CHO will be hydrolyzed by NaOH. That will form CHI3 plus HCONa. So in this way we can prepare iodoform. If we want to write the overall reaction will be CH3CH2OH plus 4I2 plus 6NaOH, that will form CHI3 plus HCNA sodium formate plus 5NaI plus 5H2, and this type of reaction is called haloform reaction. Next we will discuss the preparation of iodoform from acetone. Here in the first step, that NaOH will react with iodine, forming NaOI plus NaI plus H2. In the second step, that NaOI will react with acetone, CH3 COCH3 plus thrice NaOI, that will form Ci3 COCH3 plus thrice NaOH. Next, this Ci3 CO CH3 will be hydrolyzed by thrice NaOH. Thrice NaOH required. Only NaOH. So that will form CHI3 iodoform plus CH3 CAA. So in this way we can prepare this type of iodoform, and here the overall reaction will be CH3CO CH3 will react with thrice I2 and plus 4 NaOH, that will form CHI3 plus thrice NaI plus thrice H2O plus CH3 CAA. Physical properties. It is a pale yellow solid with melting point 392 Kelvin. It is insoluble in water but soluble in methanol, and it has a characteristic unpleasant odor. It is used as antiseptic, or it has antiseptic property due to the liberation of iodine from it. Next we will discuss the chemical property. Same thing that if we discuss the hydrolysis. If we take CHI3 plus thrice NaOH, that will form this type of unstable compound. Then it will liberate one water and forming formic acid. Then again it will react with sodium hydroxide and forming sodium formate. So this is the hydrolysis of iodoform. Next, reaction with silver dust. Same type of reaction, CHI3 will react with silver forming acetylene plus 6 silver iodide. Next we will discuss that carbylamine reaction. So it will also give carbylamine reaction. If we take CHI3 and methylamine plus if we take the alcoholic KOH, thrice KOH, then there will be formation of methyl isocyanate. Obnoxious smell, very unpleasant smell. With this there will be formation of thrice Ki plus thrice H2. And this reaction is named as carbylamine reaction. Next, when this iodoform is heated with silver nitrate, it is not so much stable like chloroform. It will form the yellow precipitate of silver iodide. Next we will go the use of iodoform or CHI3. Iodoform is used as antiseptic for dressing wounds, and it is also used in the manufacture of certain pharmaceuticals. And today the last topic we will discuss freons. The chlorofluorocarbons or chlorofluoro compounds of carbon, it may be methane or ethane, are collectively known as freons, and these are further classified on the basis of the number of fluorine atoms present in them. First we will discuss that CF4. CF4, its name is freon 1,4. Why it is 1,4? Because number of carbon atom is 1 and number of fluorine atom is 4. Then if we write CF3Cl, then it is freon 1,3, because number of carbon atom is 1 and number of fluorine atom is 3. Next is CF2Cl2. This is the most used freons and stable. Next one is CFCl3, that is freon 1,1. These are the structures of freons, so you can easily understand. Out of all these freons, freon 1,2 is the most widely used as refrigerant and propellant in aerosols. It is manufactured from carbon tetrachloride by Schwartz reaction. if we write the reaction, then you can understand thrice CCl4 plus twice SbF3, and the type of the reaction is called Schwartz reaction. We react with antimonium pentachloride SbCl5, that will produce thrice CCl2F2, that is Freon 1,2 with the formation of twice SbCl3, twice SbCl3. So this is Freon 1,2. So these freons are responsible for depletion of the ozone layer. Freon is a one type of gas. It will go to the upper atmosphere and it will react with ozone in presence of ultraviolet light, and it will deplete the ozone layer and it will make ozone hole. So these freons are responsible for making ozone hole and our environmental hazards. And this type of hazards will damage crops, affects the climate, as well as cause skin cancer. So today up to this, next day I will discuss the preparation and their physical chemical properties of aryl halides. Thank you.